So I finally done it. I finally beaten Sea of Stars true ending, and honestly, I feel like it's a waste of time. This was a great game with a great story. A great story of love, friendship, and grief. One of the few times where a character's death actually has depth and meaning to the overall story to make characters grow, sort of like an anime. But not only was the true ending almost pointless or just a rehash of the final boss's game, it almost completely feels pointless. The death of Garl has struck me hard, because this was a likable character that almost had the entire personality of the entire cast all into one person, and to see it completely gone from the story, never to appear again, was like a blow to the gut. It made you realize how much Garl as a character has such an impact, not only on the story, but the characters as well. Even in story, the characters themselves mention how much impact Garl has by mentioning no matter where he is, he just lights up the room and can make friends with almost anyone. It's an important detail that showcases how lovable this character is. And with him gone, it just shows how drastic of a turn the story has taken, that this is business time. The story has now taken a turn for the worse to show you how serious this is. With Garl sort of being like the lovable comedic relief mascot character, well, maybe not mascot, but comedic relief. And almost always when the comedic relief dies or is gone, is business time. It means the story is serious. But I will admit, at the time, as I'm watching it, I was excited, ecstatic, and how the actual timing of it, the actual implementation of how to bring back this character was pure genius. My expectations were through the roof with the visual of how they implemented this change for the true ending. It made me think, oh, the true ending is going to be balls to the wall, way different than what was the original ending. And just made me so ecstatic to see how it all unfolds, with Garl bringing back as a pivotal character. Maybe he has some secret power that we don't know about. But sadly, reality.
Wake up to reality.
With the revival of Garl, almost nothing changes. Almost nothing, except for one slight little detail, which I will mention at the end. But I will say this, maybe because of how Garl was so likable and such a lovable character that even the creators felt they felt the need to keep him back. Sort of like how Vegeta from Dragon Ball was such a popular character, or Joker, even though these were supposed to be one-time villains or one-time characters. Oh, just like Harley Quinn, they're supposed to be one-time characters, but because they become so lovable by even the creators themselves, they decided to change the story to try to find a way to keep them on. Now, about the few changes, I will admit that at the end of the story, the true final ending of the story, compared to what the first ending was like, this is a much happier ending. The first ending was sort of a bittersweet ending that even the heroes themselves, they've lost, and even though they technically won the day, there's still a looming feeling of despair hanging over them, as they have nothing else to connect them with the world that they're trying to protect. But with the true ending, we now understand that Garl is that connection to the world. Is that connection, is that reason for them to be protectors, not just the duty, but for love. With the way the true ending truly ends, it really hammer homes that message. Right at the final picture card, as they all gather around and give one last hug to show us, even as time go on, they still make time to meet up. And though this is in hindsight, for the powerful message that it shows us, comparatively to the true ending, it's still a powerful message. But the gameplay bogs that down so much. The gameplay drags on and on. I'm sitting there playing the game, trying to beat the final boss, thinking, yo, when is this dude gonna die? I'm sitting there with no indicator of where I am in beating this final boss. Does he have low health? Is he regenerating? Or what? I do not know. Because I'm sitting there going over and over. This boss fight is so long, unnecessarily long, that I almost gave up trying to beat it. Because I'm going through the motions at this point in an hour into the boss fight. That I had to stop my game and look up if this was actually how long the boss fight was, or am I missing a step in trying to beat the boss fight. And to my surprise, yes, it is actually that long. Unnecessarily long, and that is a problem. And then there's the fact that in between the battle, you'll have another battle, a second battle, a different battle where you're shooting lasers or fireballs or beams at a giant Cthulhu-like monster or Eldritch Abomination to try to bring down. And then if you mess up or you die, you don't die, but you go back to the battle that you was originally in. But even if you don't die and beat the entire boss, you're still back in the battle. So now the final battle has you confused. Did you mess up or did you miss a step? So it's very annoying. The final boss takes skills and timing, and on top of that, patience. Even more patience than a regular fighting boss or any boss you've had through this entire game. But that's enough complaining about the gameplay, final boss, and the true ending. But I will admit, out of all these complaints, it did give us some great moments. Like Garl riding on top of a dragon. I think, while I'm not too sure about the true ending being worth it itself, seeing that kind of redeems it just a little bit. But just a little bit.